Much greetings to you wherever you are. It is a good morning from Kenya, Migori, Suna West Sub-County in a place called Kiringi. The bridge over there, the bridge you see over there is our landmark. It's called Kiringi Bridge, and the river you see down there is River Migori. So we are at another tree nursery site. In our last video we talked about our tree nurseries, and we said that we have not just one or two sites, but there are several. And today I'm here to show you what kind of work is taking place in this other tree nursery. In the understanding that our major role in this society is raising tree seedlings for purposes of regreening our county, our country, to better our ecosystem. Among the trees that we are raising are fruit trees. We're also raising timber trees. We are raising indigenous trees for purposes of restoring them. Now, to start off by showing you the tree seedlings that we are raising here, let me start with the sowing bed. Eucalyptus leaves have fallen into our sowing bed, and this sowing bed has cypress. So these cypress trees, tree seedlings, are ready for pricking into potting bags, and so we will be doing this work. Today is a Saturday, and this work will be undertaken on Monday. On Monday, all this you see here are cypress seedlings germinating. They've already germinated and they are ready for pricking into potting bags. I'll be showing you the potting bags that were potted most recently. Yeah, so this is a sowing bed. This is also a sowing bed. Here we planted some seeds of a certain tree. We did a shade on top, a makeshift shade, and what we are awaiting to see germinating here is bishop wood or bishop tree. It is not yet germinated, but I think it's good to go. Very soon we'll be seeing some seedlings germinating here. I think they have few days to go. And away from that, all this are sowing bed. This is our sowing bed with a makeshift shade. We did Mysopsis emini. We also have some fruit trees. So this is mulberry, and the mulberry seedlings you see here, some of them are already having, you see this is already fruiting. Mulberry doesn't take too long to fruit, and you can see that this is already fruiting, and the fruit to mulberry looks like this. This is from a seedling, and this one I'll just be eating it up. Yeah. Then these seedlings here, this is Grevillea. These are grafted oranges, as you can see. Then these are avocados that were grafted recently. The ones that you see are crowned, and they'll be shooting soon. So that is it. And turning back to this side is this is we call it rosemary. So rosemary seedlings ready to go, very ready for planting. So whoever wishes to get some rosemary planted in their yard, you can always come over here and pick some. This is a acacia tree, which is indigenous to Africa, very fast growing. If you need a tree that can now if you wish to keep bees, this tree is ideal for you, because the flowers are loved by bees. And then if you need it for firewood, it is an ideal tree because it will grow very fast. So in a few years you'll already be having your your firewood, and also good for charcoal. Now, because the demand for charcoal still remains high, I would advise that we plant more and more of this, so that every time we cut down one for charcoal, then we keep replenishing. And that's why we are raising so many, not just in this nursery alone, but in many other tree nurseries. So what we have here, this could be a bed of about 2,000. This is another 2,000. And there is half a bed, 1,000. So here alone we are talking of 5,000 seedlings of acacia tree. So for those who would love to help us restore Africa by planting trees, please, let's join hands. And not just that, we also have bishop wood. This is bishop tree. This bishop tree or bishop wood, a very ideal timber tree and also shade tree, very ideal for restoration and averagely a fast grower. Before I get moving further, we have got papaya. These are papaya seedlings, and this in particular is solo sunrise variety. This needs about 1 more month before it is ready for planting. This gives you fruits within about 9 months. You already start seeing the flowers, and in a year's time you're already harvesting and eating your fruits. Yeah, so not just that, I think I was skipping something here. Don't mind about the leaves that have fallen onto the seedlings, because I told you eucalyptus leaves keep falling, so they keep dirtying the tree nursery many times. But these are loquats. They are what we are raising here, all the way that way. And a section of them is affected by leaf rust, but we'll be spraying this with some antifungal and then a foliar feed. You see how infected this is. This is an infection, and I think the next time we do this video, you won't see this infection. We'll have already handled it. That is leaf rust. Or if you know something better about this infection, you can also advise us. We need your comment here, because we keep sharing and comparing notes with our viewers. You see here, this is not baggage. This this is not takataka. I mean, this is not rubbish. This is a sowing bed. A sowing bed with seeds in it, and these are bishop wood seeds that are mulched. You know, we did a shade net. This here is a shade net. Then on top of the shade net, we added some banana leaves to keep it cool, to keep it wet, to keep it moist, so that the seeds that we just sowed down there can germinate. These are empty pots that were arranged here yesterday. They are awaiting pricking. We'll be having the cypress seedlings that you saw in the sowing bed over there is what will be pricking in here. And then we have more cypress trees. So these are cypress trees. A lot of cypress to that end. This is a sowing bed. Also, we had a lot of bishop wood seeds, so we got them planted here. This bed is about 3 meters long by 1 meter in width, and the same case applies to this sowing bed here. We are awaiting to see the germination of the bishop tree seeds. This river, I told you before that for any tree nursery to survive, if it is to survive, you need a permanent source of water. Now what you see here is the water that we use for watering our plants. This river here, River Migori, This bridge here is what connects Suna West to Suna. Suna West is to this side, while Suna East is to that side. And the guys you see down there are harvesting sand. This river comes with so much sand, and the guys keep harvesting that sand, and the sand is piled there on top where you see a motorcycle crossing. Yes, so let me move you into more other things. Sorry, I was skipping something here. Now, this is not a bush. These are palm trees. This is King Alexander palm tree. They seem to have been abandoned here, but just because there is so much work to do, so we prefer them in a shade. The senna tree, you saw this when I showed you the other tree nursery that we have in Uriri sub-county. Now this is senna and this is syzygium, jumbles. Some people call them jumbles. In Swahili we call them zambarau. Then in my vernacular we call them jamna. So this is all jamna tree. Yes, some things may not look the way you'd love to see them, but this is the way we do them. This is a mosquito net for a bedroom. It got old and we got it some different task. And so anytime a mosquito net gets old, it serves this purpose, because this is the best we can afford and it is the best that we can use. I know there are better things we would be using, but you go for what is available. We also are promoting innovation, so you don't just sit back that things won't work the way you would love to see things working. You go by what is available, so that is how we got to improvise this mosquito net. It is also getting old and torn. We'll be getting some more, but now this is the ideal net that we use. Let me show you. This is the ideal net that we use, but we do not have enough of them for all our sowing beds and for all our purposes. So sometimes we do makeshift, we improvise, we use what is available. Okay, more sugarcane over there. A sowing bed. This is a bed of potting bags on which we'll be doing some breaking by Monday, because today is a Saturday and many workers haven't come. Weeding should be undertaken here, and you see weeding has already started. This is clearer, but compared to this other side, it is not clear. Bishop tree, palm trees. This is a Christmas palm tree. More palm trees. This is Coco plumosa palm. Then we have royal palm at tender age. Then areca palm with some leaves fallen on top. Let me get them removed so that we have areca palm very clear over there. Some work over there. Guys, it is a lot of work on our end. Duranta, rosemary. These are cuttings that are still, they are yet to develop roots. That's why they are still held up here. Which plant is this? Ever seen it? You can have it potted. Maroon to this side, variegated to that other side, white and green. What is its name? Comment down there please and help me know. And then we have, this is bottle palm. Bottle palm is little known, but it is still so young, so small, so nobody at this age, you may not be able to identify it. The struggle to see them grow is never successful. Some just die. Like I pull out this one, it died. Whatever killed it, I'm not able to tell for now. I'll get to find out. Philodendron, this here, growing there. More palm trees. This is King Alexander palm tree. Whatever is skipped that I don't show you, you can screenshot, send back to me if you'd love to identify it. This is the candle nut. the rice seed is germinating in the other mulched sowing bed, so it is what we pick them and get them planted here. I have large ones. Some are as tall as I am, 6 feet tall. You'll be seeing them as I continue showing you. These were wildings. We picked them from Kakamega Forest. Kakamega Forest is a little far from here, some distance, a whole day journey from here to Kakamega. So we picked them from the forest as wildings and came over, planted them into these potting bags, and I'm glad that we are already having them taking shape. Duranta, and we have coolias. So this here is a coolea plant. This here, you can pot them, usually beautiful. I'm loving their shape. I don't know, do you love them? Yeah. And then more of Duranta. We have more of bishop tree, eucalyptus seedlings. You see them over there. Duranta all over here. And we also have, this is ashok at tender age. At tender age, this is ashok. This is how it looks, and they're still growing. That is pine tree, still young. This is how pine tree looks when still young. They'll be ready for planting in about 4 months from now. I'll show you this. This looks like some piece of baggage, some piece of rubbish. This is not rubbish. It was brought in this whole container. White flies all over it. We have to keep it fermented for a while. This is K-apple, or some people call it kayaba, fruits. Now, for us to extract the seeds, we have to keep it until it rots. Then it gives us opportunity to remove the pulp and be left with the seeds. Then finally, when we get the seeds, we do the sowing. This here, who knows this? Italian cypress. You remember the one that we planted at Mama Aboy's yard some few days ago? So this is it. Italian cypress. If you need it, please get in touch with us. I would love to see much more trees. Bloodleaf, for those who know bloodleaf, and then we also have Kufia isopipholia, and then some indigenous trees. These are extinct indigenous trees. This here is called Wabugia ugandensis. In my vernacular, we call it soko. Soko is highly medicinal, used to treat different ailments. Right, the leaves, the bark, and the roots treat various ailments, and I think that is to herbalists to explain. I'm not able to explain it for now. This is also an indigenous tree, sycamore tree. Back here in my vernacular, we call it ngou. Can you try to say ngou? That is it. Croton megalocarpus. These are taller ceremonial trees, about 4 feet tall. Oil palm, bit of them were left here. Ashok, these are smaller ones in smaller potting bags, but we have larger ones in larger potting bags. These are ashok trees. Mangoes, mango tree seedlings over there, and we also have more ashok, and then grafted avocados. I know we used, in our previous video, the site in Uriri, our center garage, you saw a lot of grafted avocados, but we also have some back here. Then we got potting bags arranged here, and we got some wildings planted in them. Not quite clear, you may not be able to see. These were wildings to a tree that we call Acrocorpus. This here, this is the tree. you won't be able to understand it at this age, but when ultimately it grows, you'll then be able to tell about it. We have got this section here that has just so much of tree seedlings, Macamia lutea, pine tree, Grevillea, and we've got whistling pine to this other end. This is a whistling pine, a lot of it, a lot and a lot of it. But we have cypress, more cypress. Then we have over there, this is called Nandi flame, African tulip tree, or we also have, it's called Spaphodea. Then this is Macamia, then cypress, more of Macamia lutea, and then to this end we have this here, we call it Sena simea tree. Is another good indigenous tree that can give timber. Yeah, and what more? Besides this, we also have avocados here. These are rootstock awaits grafting. Coming over to this end, we have these potting bags. Pricking is ongoing, so what we got here is K apples. You can call it Kayaba. There we've pricked it, while here we have this section is still empty. This is a fruit tree. This fruit tree here, we call it white sapote. And besides this white sapote, we also have got there's this tree beside me here, Tivetia. Tivetia, we don't have the seedlings, but we have it as a tree, usually with some nice smelling flowers. Wow, this nice smelling flowers, yellow in color. We call it Tivetia. And we also have got this is a fruit tree, pomegranate is what we planted here. And then what we have to this end is this here, swasop. There's just so much of work to be attended to, just as I'd explained to you. We also use this as an opportunity to have some of our trees displayed, planted to display what they bear. So this pawpaw tree is already flowering, and we are looking forward to getting the fruits sooner. This tree nursery used to be on the opposite side of the road before we moved it over to this other end, but still retaining it next to River Migori. As you can see here is that water is quite essential, and so we tried to prepare some water hole here, and this is the water that we have. It flows a little bit into, from that other end is a temporary stream. It only flows in during rainy days. Then when the sun gets hotter, we lose it. So when we permanently lose it, we normally resort to using the river entirely. But for now, we're not doing any watering because it rained, and so the rains are keeping us going. But this whole field here is comprised of tree seedlings that we are raising. You can see we have lots and lots of them, and this section predominantly is used for seedlings that are still undergoing raising. The seedlings that are just starting up, you can see that this is Grevillea that was pricked a few weeks back, and weeding has taken place. And now, because this whole field here doesn't have trees as much, so there are no leaves that are falling, no much leaves are falling onto the seedlings as compared to the other area. And then weeding took place here a little more recently, so it is clearer and clean as you can see it. We were pricking cypress trees, so the pots you see here are not empty. They all have cypress tree seedlings in them. The pricking here was done just yesterday, so it will take a while before the seedlings are quite visible. What you can see on that whole line from this end to that far end is eucalyptus trees, a mix of Eucalyptus grandis, which is a fast grower, and Camerulensis, which does better, is the most preferred for arid and semi-arid lands. Yeah, so the whole team that works here is many guys, but for today we only have 3 people. So this is my colleague. Colleague, how are you? Yeah, my colleague is called Lorraine. Lorraine, you can say hi to the people who are watching you doing your work. Yeah, so weeding is ongoing, and so as you can see, these pots here are cleaner compared to the pots to this other end, is because weeding is taking place, and that is what is predominantly engaging, that is what majorly engaging Lorraine to this side. And to this other end also, the same task is ongoing. You can see that the pots here are cleaner compared to the other ones. So my colleague here is called Wycliffe. Wycliffe, say hi. Hi. Thank you. And then you can see that the area that is already worked on is clean and clear. I told you in our earlier video that to establish a tree nursery, first of all you need access, and that access factor is the reason why we are by the roadside. And you also need water, so much of water, so much uncompromised supply of water. So that is why we have River Migori to that other side. Without it, we would be doing nothing else here. This is a papaya tree. We got some sampled papaya trees to plant here. So as you can see, they are all flowering. They are still so short, but already flowering. They were planted just some few months back. This is my Sopsis tree. It needs a 3rd round of weeding. This is already done and clear. Compared to this is not as clean. So it is calling for another round of weeding. Then we have papaya. Papaya already flowering. Croton, megalucarpus, and ultimately, finally, to this side we have papaya. This was planted just a few months back, but already you can see it has some fruits, and we'll be eating the fruits very soon. This is Fagara macrophylla. Fagara is an indigenous tree that is also medicinal. It is a herbal tree, and it is also extinct. So we are in effort to do restoration of the same. Then traveler's palm. We have a few here, and we also have this is Chinese guava, and then we have over here this tree. I talked about it. It's called Wabugia ugandensis croton. And while working on the seedlings, we also plant some. So this is a whistling pine tree that is planted here. Now, while still showing you all this, I have my learned friend whom you haven't seen. Let me move closer to her. Learned friend, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How have you been?
I'm good.
Yeah, so yes. Welcome to the tree nursery.
Yes.
So tell us something.
Hi. I just have to start by greeting everyone.
Yeah.
I'm grateful this morning, and I'm glad you're showing them this other side that we've, I don't know whether we've shown it before.
Yeah, we had shown it before. It wasn't as huge as it is today.
Yeah. And I think we were still on the other side of the road.
We were still on the other side of the road, but when we moved over here, we showed quite briefly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, Pamela of Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, and Joint Hands Greenlife Trees is our channel. We do tree seedlings production just as massively as you are being shown, agroforestry and farmers training in practice. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's my beloved learned friend. Okay, guys. While still showing you all this, I think time is also running out on my end because I didn't want to do such a long video. I have a few more things to show you before we call it off. This is also one of us. Jambo, tell us your name.
My name is David Omondi.
David Omondi.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. How is the work? Thank you. Yeah, so Dave is also one of us who really helps in a lot of work here. This wheelbarrow is our tool of trade, that watering can, a jerry can. We planted some more things here, and we also have these seedlings here, 2-year cypress, as you can see it, and we are nurturing lemon cypress. We are waiting to see it take shape. Younger seedlings like here, this is royal palm and Washingtonia filifera, and we have King Alexander palm tree. Then we have some croton, more areca palm, some bamboo, and we also have calatrese. Besides it, some croton. Yeah, we're still working on this area. This is our store. We are yet to set up an office, but this is our store for now. And this whole field here, we are still working on it to make it as clear and clean as possible. There's just so much work to do, so all these are struggles we go through day in, day out. This is the roadside, so this is the road. From that end, you come from Migori town or wherever, from Sirari border, this road crosses over and takes you to that far end of Suna East. King Alexander palm trees, some royal palm trees, Christmas palm, Coco plumosa palm, Chevlera tree, bottle brush, Araucaria, crotons, Prishadia fan palm, and finally we have ashok, some snake plant, succulents, then ceremonial trees. That's Elgon teak, Prunus africana, bishopwood, and I also got indigenous trees here. Now, thank you so much for always following and for remaining supportive to our work. I look forward to catching up with you in our next video. For now, I wish you the very best. My name is John Bosco. For Joint Hands Greenlife Trees, I wish you the very best. Bye-bye.